Hello everybody, carrying on from the other day using the ball. Going to use the ball again for some other exercises, so come along and let's begin. So from here, just getting ourselves organised and connecting our deep abdominals. So always get ourselves working from the inside out. I'm going to hold onto the ball really lightly between both of the hands. Check that your feet are about hip width distance apart. So you don't want your knees turned in or turned out, and then stand a little bit taller than when you just started now. So bring your shoulders up and then melt those shoulders down your back. Take that full breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Just release any tension, just slide it away. Full breath in and out. Breathing in. As you breathe out, pulling in your transversus abdominis, that belt inside of you, lifting your pelvic floor. So get that connection with your deeper abdominals. Still moving your shoulders now because you're working abdominally. Remember, you're breathing a bit higher. You're breathing into your back and into your sides. Taking that full breath in, melting your shoulders down. Let's do a couple more breathing in and out. Keep those deep abdominals lifting up, pulling in. One more shoulder roll and then release. Okay. So from here now, we're going to go into a roll down. I want you to put the ball between your inner thighs. With the ball in your inner thighs, it just helps you get that connection with your pelvic floor. Check that your spine is in neutral, and if you know that your lower back, your hamstrings are a little tight at the moment, then you must soften your knees. Otherwise, keep the legs straight. Into the roll down, drop your head. So your head is hanging. You're drawing a line down your body with your chin. Your arms hanging from your shoulders. Breathing out through the journey. Feel that tailbone tilt to the ceiling. Take a full breath in, rounding, tucking under, stacking, rebuilding the spine. So let's add a little balance at the top of the movement. If you squeeze the ball, pull the belt in again, just to the next notch or so, and imagine a hook stretching you, pulling you to the ceiling as you float up onto the balls of your feet, and then float back into your heels. So Pilates not only helps strengthen your core, strengthen your deep abdominals, and helps with your flexibility. It's really important that it also helps with your balance as well. So let your head hang, arms hanging, full breath in, and then stacking the spine, rounding, tucking under, melting your shoulders down your back, lifting up onto the balls of your feet, breathing out. Maybe close one eye or both eyes as you lift, just challenging that balance. Let's do a couple more. So rolling your spine down, breathing out through the journey, taking a breath in and out whenever you need it, hollowing out those abdominals, and think of them scooping. Think of the front of them, or those abdominals at the front going into your spine at the back. So you can feel them working. Melt your shoulders down, lifting up, breathing out. I'm going to make this the last one. So rolling down, breathing out. Stacking the spine, rounding, tucking under. Shoulders down. Balance. Lift up. Breathe out. And in. So let's take that ball from your inner thighs. Just give yourself a little twist through the side now. So lifting up. Gentle bend through the side. Side bend. And in. Other side. Let your head go as well. And in. One more each side, so reaching over and back. Last one, and breath out and in and release. Arms forwards, hold the ball with one hand. So we're going to just swing the arms into a ski. Bend your knees, here we go. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. One more ski, in and out, and now we're going to go down. So we're going to go all the way back into the floor. So rolling down, bend your knees. Now from here, bring your legs round into the front. So we're just carrying on from where we were. We did one a little while back, and from here now, we're going to go all the way down to the floor. So all the way down to the ground, and we're going to put the ball in our inner thighs and roll over onto our side. Okay, so while you're lying down on your side, just check your alignment. Make sure you can see your feet when you look down, that you can see that your hips are stacked one on top of the other. Your bottom leg's on the floor at the moment. Your bottom arm is extended. If you need to fold it, fold it. Otherwise, just resting down with your hand in the ground. Pull your belt inside of you to the next notch as you lift your bottom leg and squeeze that ball in your inner thighs and then release it. And again, so you're lifting your bottom leg, you're squeezing and releasing. Now your hand that's on the front, if you can make it a fingertip, make it a fingertip. Or put it onto your top thigh as you squeeze the ball and release it. Maybe you're going to take your arm over your head as you squeeze and release. Keep that waist lifting away from the mat for me. Just make sure your spine stays in neutral even when you're on your side. If you want more of a challenge, you're coming up onto your elbow now. Your other hand is on your top thigh. Upper body is still and stable. Keep that connection. Other hand to the other ear. As you squeeze, release. Let's do 4 more. Squeezing and releasing, lifting the waist. Breathing out as you squeeze. In to release. Last 2. Breath out. Upper body stable. And in. 1 more squeeze. Release. And rest. Bend your knees in. Push yourself up. And then from here, we're going to go right the way over to the other side. So slowly transitioning to the other side. Put the ball back between your inner thighs. So we're still working our inner thighs, but balance on this side. Again, while you're lying down, just check that your waist is pulling up and away from the mat. When you're new to this, you start to feel it in that thigh that's there on the floor. So really get that connection and lifting up. Look down and make sure you see your feet, your hips are stacked. Maybe you've bent your elbow to support your head and neck, or you can extend your arm. Hand on the front if you need that. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bottom leg, lift it and squeeze the ball. And release. Put your hand on the top thigh and squeeze. And release. You don't have to take your bottom leg all the way down. You can hold that balance throughout. Taking your arm over your head as you squeeze, release. Maybe you come up onto your elbow now. Lift that waist, so keep that waist lifted. Shoulders down, upper body stable. Other hand to the other ear. 4 more. And you're breathing out and in. You're connecting inside. Remember, that's helping you with that balance. You're working your inner thighs. Bottom leg is moving. Breathing out and release and rest. Take that ball out of your inner thighs. And then from here, what I want you to do is put the ball between your heels. So between your heels. And then you're going to roll over onto your front. So you're going to be lying down on your front in a prone position. And we'll do the heel squeeze. Rest your head down with your palms facing down. Put your forehead now on the back of your hands. Okay, and they're glued there for a moment. And while you're lying down, bend your knees for me. So your knees are bent. And the ball is squeezing between your heels. So let's squeeze the ball. But can you imagine you've got ripe strawberries underneath you? So pull your abdominals off the floor and then squeeze that ball and release. So you're getting that work in the back of your legs, but also aware of your centre. So we're not squishing the strawberries as we squeeze the heels and release. Okay, next option. As you squeeze your heels, see if you can lift your head up off the floor and then release. Now as you lift, I want you to breathe in. So breathe in and then breathing out as you float down. Those of you who want a bit more of a challenge, as you squeeze the ball, see if you can lift your thighs off as well and then release. So your upper body, you're squeezing the ball between your heels, you're getting that connection back of your legs and then in, but also protecting your lower back as you lift up. You're breathing in as you lift, shoulders down. Breathing out as you float down. Let's do 3 more. So you can either just squeeze the ball or lift your head or lift your thighs. Your body, your choice. Last 2. Breathing in as you lift. Breathing out as you float down. 1 more please. Breath in. And out. With the ball now. The ball is between your ankles. If you can put your feet down, you can put them down. And now we're going to go into leg pull prone. Come into the Sphinx position, so like an Egyptian Sphinx. Pull your shoulders down. Now from here, if you want a little bit more, because you can stay here if you want to, but keep those abdominals connected. Or you're going to lift onto the soft part of your knees. Now if you want a bit more challenge, you're up on your toes and you're going to stretch back through the back of your legs. Now wherever you are holding, see if you can hold it now for another 10 more seconds. Keep breathing into your back, into your sides. Keep putting that belt inside of you for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Sit back into your heels and take that ball out of your ankles. Put your hands on top of the ball and just rest. Pull your shoulders down. Breathing in and out. Bring your legs round to the front now. So you bring your legs all the way around into the front. And then from here, we're going to go back with the ball. We're going to put the ball underneath our lower back. So I want you to lift your hips and place that ball underneath the base of the spine. And we're going to go into our frogs with openings. So we're again on this unnatural surface. So we're connecting inside our transverses. Our hands are down on the floor. Float both legs off the ground. And I want you to turn your heels. So you're pushing your heels together. You've opened out your knees, opened out the hips. You're going to extend those legs up towards the ceiling and point your toes. Then I want you to open your legs out and then flex your feet and then squeeze your inner thighs together, point your toes. Then we're going to add on a crisscross. So we're going to criss, cross, criss, cross. Heels together. Bend your knees. Okay, shoulders down, don't take it into your upper body. So connect that center. Now stretch and point your toes. Open your legs out as evenly as you can. Flex your feet. Now bring those legs together. Imagine magnets, putting them back together. Now you're going to point your toes. I'm going to add on here. So as you crisscross, see if you can take your legs a little bit lower now. Lowering those legs without your abdominals doming. So really having to strengthen and control that movement. Bend your knees back into the start position. So it's a frog. We're pushing the legs away. We're opening out. We flex the feet. We're trying to keep ourselves still on that ball. Bringing the legs back together, point your toes. And then crisscross. Option to lower your legs if you can. Maybe just be 2 or 3 going up and then 2 or 3 coming back. Heels together, bend your knees. Now while you're doing that, see now if you can pull the belt into the next notch and take your hands off the floor. So notice how that feels now as you take your hands away. Or even option to reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Can you still balance and crisscross? So connecting, working for balance. Keep pulling in that belt inside of you. You're going to do 4 more. So you're pushing your heels together, point your toes. You open your legs out evenly. Make sure you're not rocking. Flex your feet, squeeze them back together, pointing, and then criss, cross, back up. Last 2. If you want to put your hands down, put them down, or forearms, and push away. And then opening out, flexing our feet, pulling them back together, pointing the toes. You can crisscross up to the ceiling. You don't have to do the lowering. Remember, that's your body. Put your legs together. Open out the hips. Last one. Pushing away, point your toes. Open out, flex. Push those heels back together. Pointing with a crisscross. Lowering down if you can. And then back up. Heels together. Open out. And rest. Well done. So let's lift those hips, take that ball from underneath and then just rest it there. Put the ball between your inner thighs for your knee drop. So a nice stretch, working into the sides of you, working into those obliques. So from here, take your arms out wide so they're in line with your shoulders. So I will turn to the other side to show you as well. You can keep your feet down and squeeze that ball in your inner thighs for me. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, you're going to drop both of your knees over to your right. Now turn your head away, but make sure that your left shoulder blade is staying down into the floor. Take a breath in, and then breathe out. Pull everything back in slowly. Don't swing them back. Think of the muscles in your waist, pulling everything back. Take a breath in, and I want you to breathe out as the legs go away from you. Turn your head away. Take a full breath in as you pause, and then breathe out, pull everything back. So if you want to add on here, the legs are going over to one side. So legs go over. Now see if you can extend your top leg without that shoulder blade lifting. Bend the knee back in, roll back into your tailbone. Other side. You want to add on more, come into your tabletop position so your shins are parallel and you're letting your knees drop over slowly and gently. As you breathe out, turn your head away, take a breath in, extend one leg or extend both legs now as you squeeze that ball in your inner thighs. Bend those knees back in, breath out as you roll back into your tailbone, back into neutral. So you're going over to one side, you're breathing out. How far can you go without your shoulder blade lifting, the opposite shoulder blade lifting? Control the move. And then breath out as you stretch, squeeze the ball. Bend your knees back in. Breath out as you roll back. Let's do 2 more each side if you can, please. So 2 more each side. Letting your knees go over to the right. Option with one leg stretching or both legs. Turn your head away. Keep pulling in that transversus. Squeeze that ball in your inner thighs. Bending your knees back in. Rolling back. Other side. So breathe out through the move. Take a breath in. Breathe out as you stretch your legs out. Take a breath in. Breathe out as you roll it back. Feel those muscles in the waist working. Last one each side. So just do one more to your right. So slow and controlled. Rolling over gently, gently. Full breath in. Option with your legs to stretch them away. Bend the knees back in. Finishing off left side. So let's breathe out as we let those knees drop over slowly. Take a breath in, breathe out if you're extending your legs. Bend those knees back in. Breath out, gently back. Okay, well done. Have those knees in towards you. Just releasing, rocking over, side to side. Okay, we're just going to finish off with a fast movement now. So I want you now to drop your knees to the side, and then we're going to push ourselves up, and we're going to go into something called the rolling jackknife. The rolling jackknife. Ball between our inner thighs. We're going to make sure we keep that ball in our inner thighs. And then I would like you to first of all start with normal rolling. So you drop your chin to your chest. You have to tuck your tailbone under, and you're squeezing the ball. So get that connection in your pelvic floor. And then as you roll, you're not going to lose the ball. So we breathe in as we roll, breathe out as you come forward. Try and hold the balance if you can. So you need to pull that belt to the next notch and squeeze the ball. The ball will help you. So squeeze that ball in your inner thighs. Breathing in as you roll, breathing out as you come forwards. Breathing in, breathing out. Now rolling jackknife, as you roll, you're going to straighten your legs. With the length of your legs lifting up, sometimes it feels like you're going to go right the way over. So do not let yourself go all the way over. Control the movement. If you think it's too much, carry on with normal rolling now. So your hands are on the outside of the legs. You're going to squeeze the ball. You round and tuck under. You breathe in. And then you lengthen your legs to the ceiling and back. So you roll and you lift and back. And you run. You keep it going. You keep moving. You keep massaging your back. Lifting up and back. 4 more. And lift and back. And rounding and back. Breathe in. Last 2. And back. 1 more. Squeeze the ball. Lift that pelvic floor. And release. Okay, so releasing the ball. And then bringing our legs round to the front. Okay, just drop the ball to the side. Come on to all fours for me. So on all fours, let's just arch our back, look towards the navel. Lift your head, lift your tailbone. round and tuck under. Now walk your hands back towards your knees. You're going to push your heels down into the floor, and then from here we're just going to stack the spine. So slowly coming back up, bone by bone, vertebra by vertebra, standing tall, standing ready for the rest of the day. So arms forwards. Let's finish off with 3 skis. Here we go. Breathing in and out, and in and out. One more ski. Breathe in and out and rest. Well done. Thank you. Leave any comments at all, any other exercises you'd like me to go through, and hopefully I'll see you again. Take care. Bye.